In fact, it's about what he's done with Wall Street bankers. A couple of days ago, he brings them in, and the CEOs...
A bunch of them.
Yeah, of the top banks in the country. You know, the Bank of America, Citigroup, et cetera, et cetera.
The ones that are all failing. The top ones. The top failures.
Exactly. That's the great irony of it. So he brings them in, and they thought that it was going to go like usual, you know, when Bush White House or other White Houses invited them in.
Like he's meeting the NCAA champs.
Right.
You know.
Usually they take a picture.
Right.
You know?
They give him a Banks jersey.
Who wants a Bank of America jersey or a Citigroup jersey? Worse yet. Anyway, so because the CEOs are used to coming to the White House from time to time, and it's cordial, and the Clinton White House was very cordial as well, very welcoming. But these are different times, and they did not do any of that kind of action. Instead, they said it was sparse.
Yeah, they all had a glass of water. That was it at their tables. No ice and no refills.
Now, I thought the no refills was really funny.
It just seems petty.
Yeah, but obviously what they're trying to say is nobody's going to die of thirst in the middle of the
meeting. If a guy said,
right?
I really could use a cup of coffee, I'm sure they would have gotten it for it.
Right, but the point was, this is serious.
This is a business meeting.
Right.
Right.
And we're not kidding around here, and this isn't about playing patty cakes. And at some point, one of the bankers says, well, listen, we need the executive compensation for retention reasons.
We're competing in an international marketplace.
Exactly, and Obama cuts him off in the middle and says, listen, I don't think you're getting it. The anger is real. And the only thing standing between you and the pitchforks is my administration. Now, here's how we're going to do things. And when I read that, I was like, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
And also,
that's strong.
And it wasn't like Secretary of the Treasury was in there talking while Obama sat and listened. It was Obama speaking without notes, walking around the room, telling him how it was going to be.
With a baseball bat.
Right, with a baseball bat.
Are you going to be part of the team?
Right.
Or you want to be a solo player?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, by the way, and we should point out, head of Wells Fargo, dead, killed by Obama, beaten with a baseball bat.
He didn't get quite that tough, right?
Yeah.
But I like that he laid down the law, and it was funny because I saw them come out and they seemed a little stunned, and on that day, and I said they didn't seem that happy with how the meeting went because normally they come out, they're like, oh, we're all working together, everything's great, it's fantastic. They were like, yeah, it was a good meeting. I'm feeling kind of woozy.
Yeah, well, guess what? You're going to get the crap regulated out of you. That's what's happening.
Yeah, and he said, look, we're going to have new rules. There's a new sheriff in town. And meanwhile, this is like a Godfather movie. At the same time, in another part of Washington, Rick Wagner, the CEO of GM, on the same exact day, is talking not to the president, but to some
it was at the White House,
some undersecretary. And you know what's happening? He's being fired.
Yeah.
Okay, he did not get a glass of water or a picture. He got a pink slip. And they said, you're done. You didn't do your job. We're taking over. Okay. Now, of course, the implicit message to the bankers was, if you don't do your job, you're next, because we're giving you the money to survive. And then at some point, again, they had policy objections, the bankers did. They said, oh, we want to give some of the money back, which actually sounds pretty good to me, right?
Yeah.
But Obama doesn't think that's a good idea, and he's like, no, none of you will be giving the money back, and this is how we're going to do it.
Yeah, none of you will be giving the money back now. He made a great analogy. He said, you're like a patient, and we're the doctor. And we've given you an antibiotic, and after 3 or 4 days, you feel better. And you're like, oh, I don't need to take the antibiotic anymore. But we all know you got to finish your treatment of antibiotic. You're not better until then. We'll tell you when you give the money back.
One source at the meeting said it was an indisputable message that he was telling us, I'm the president, and you're not.
And then he killed the CEO of Chase also. And that seemed gratuitous.